Welcome to Black Girl Say Something, where this black girl has something to say. And this episode comes short of me not posting an episode for a week, only because I had a procedure. The week got away from me. I had my fallopian tubes removed in an attempt to reduce ovarian cancer. I'm doing well. I'm doing fine. It was very much an outpatient procedure. Had it last week, Wednesday, and was able to go to work the next day. Y'all know I just got a job, honey. And so I teach at a school, at a college, and it's a low impact job. So my sister drove me to work and everything, but everything's cool. Everything's good. Everything's fine. We're in the third week. The kids are in their third week of school. I'm in my third week of working. I'm being bombarded by these bills, honestly, but it'll figure itself out. I honestly feel like it'll get evened out by October, depending on what happens. There is a divorce update over on Patreon, so you can go check that out. But with all of that being said, I know it's been real rainy, so now that I've had this procedure done, I feel like I haven't worked out in like 3 weeks. Because prior to that, I don't know, I just haven't worked out in like 3 weeks. So I said, you know what? My birthday is coming up in October. I got to start back my mile a day. Don't nothing make you feel like you want to revamp your life like your birthday coming up. Like October is always like a harvest fall season reset for me. That is when my new year starts, and I like it because ultimately I feel like sometimes I get ahead of the game, starting my resolutions, if you will, in September. But with that being said, all in all, there's so much to cover. I don't even know where to start. If I go forward a little bit past the procedure situation, I've had some things that I've been working on with my children as far as this next phase. My son had his birthday party. That was amazing. Ultimately, he had a few friends over. They had them a good old time. Oh my gosh. It was just such a pleasure. I don't know. I'm always, and I guess because I'm also teaching sociology, forgive me if this sounds all over the place, but my brain is so full and I don't want to give y'all word vomit. But I don't know if it's because I'm teaching sociology and the last thing that I taught was about socialization and how I genuinely want my children to have friends. Having friends is how you experience life. Having friends is how you identify what you want for yourself. Having friends is how you identify, your ability to have capacity for people, right? And what that looks like and your morals and how to have differences and how to have healthy conversations. So whenever I see my children with their friends outside of school, I'm excited. Because I was a kid that grew up being told you don't need friends. If you have friends, friends are going to take you down the wrong path. Very, very, very not healthy. And friends are kind of key. Children making friends are key to their psychosocial development, right? So when people tell me oh, your daughter don't have a phone, she should have a phone. Having a phone is not key to her development. I know what is key for children's development. And ultimately, them having them phones, especially with a camera and the access to the World Wide Web. What you think the www in any website you type in stand for? World Wide Web. Having that is actually setting them back in their development. So for me, yeah, we're going to read books and we're going to do some things. Sign my daughter up. She signed herself up for a couple of college preparedness programs. So we're looking to, start application processes to go to college tours and things like that. It's getting real. It's closer. Her years of getting prepared to go to college are closer than the years of not going to college, which is behind her, right? So, I have a lot of great things that I got to focus on. And it sucks that I have to still be in the middle of this divorce, still in the middle of what's going to happen with any assets that I might have, in the middle of trying to catch up on bills, in the middle. Everything is so uneven. And I don't know if it's because I'm a Libra. I need to have some sort of balance, right? And I'm really good. I've always been really good at holding space to balance all of the things that I have going on. So it just jogged a memory of when I knew that I needed to be divorced from my children's father, that I ultimately felt that because everything else was going right in my life but my marriage. right? And not that everything will always go right all the time together. But let's be honest. We've all had a moment in life where it's like everything can go right just as everything can go wrong. And I'm not an overthinker, but I don't know who this is for. Whereas I heard somebody say, just as you can overthink all of the things that can go wrong, start overthinking of all of the things that could go right. That's always been me. I always overthink about the things that can go right. I knew for the longest period of time when I was in between contracts and business deals, code word for not getting any regular income. When I was in between that space, you couldn't tell me I wasn't expecting a check. Baby, I was checking the mail and I would check my account regularly because I overthink on how good things can get. I overthink on how good things, that the possibilities of things being good for me are limitless. And I know that the life that I deserve it because good things deserve me. Anyways, I don't want to be before y'all too long. I just wanted to give y'all a little update. Thank you for the people that, saw my video on TikTok about the surgery, reached out to me, saw it on YouTube and reached out. And even for the people who listen weekly, y'all was like, you didn't post an episode. So y'all know how to hit me in the email. But with that being said, I'm going to just take this time to tell you, interact with the links in the description of this episode. And as always, I am accepting donations. There's some information there. If you want a Zelle, you could definitely send an email to blackgirlsaysomething@gmail.com. That's not the Zelle, but you can send an email and I can give you that information. Because, I'm open to accepting who wants to help me. I am financially. Because it is necessary. We are living in tight times. I know a lot of people are living in tight times. And it's like even talking to sometimes these bill collectors, they want to, what's the word? They want to identify with you or empathize with you. And it's like, but you're calling me from your job. You're getting paid to harass me to pay y'all. So please give me a break. Please. Y'all not the only ones I owe. It's so many people I owe, honey. The emails won't stop coming. But all in all, what can I complain about? Nothing. There's no trouble worth complaining about. And that's the reality that I live. That's the reality that I face. And ultimately, it is what it was. They'll figure it out, just like I have to figure it out. Anywho, you can tune into Black Girl Say Something every Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Spotify, leave a review of the podcast, and so many different other ways that y'all could really connect with us and, follow us. Thank you for the support and following us along on this journey as I update y'all on things that this Black girl has to say. Thank you for listening.